Now here's the Yo Podcast's reaction to Game 2 of the Dallas Mavericks Minnesota Timberwolves.
Where's my box of tissue?
Oh, for the tears? For the tears? Man, you ain't.
My heart, man.
Oh,
really,
man. All right, so, okay, well, let's start it off. Let's talk about what happened in the first half that you saw.
I saw a team come out with high energy.
Okay.
At first, they jumped out on them. Well, no, they was going back and forth in the first quarter, and then second quarter, Minnesota was able to pull away a little bit. Got it up to 18. I want to say it's like 3 minutes left, and all of a sudden, Dallas, they closed the gap a little bit, closed it to 12.
Mm-hmm.
And they went into the second half with confidence. They went into that locker room with confidence. That's
right.
And it was their game to go take.
Man, so what I saw, well, I didn't see the first half, but the second half, man, I really saw Minnesota's shot selection in the second half was okay, but it wasn't the best. You know what I mean? Kyrie went on that run by himself with the threes. Dude, man, I don't understand, but PJ Washington had this spurt of like 2-3 minutes where he, for one time, he turned it over, right? Then he comes down, he gets scored on. Then he comes down again, he bobbles it, and something else happens. And then he gets scored on again because he's so confused in where to go in the pick and rolls. He has to lock in on the defensive end. 3. So Nas Reed played very, very well, right? Nas Reed played so well that Cat was on the bench the fourth on quarter, right? And what did I say about game 1? I said if Cat comes out in game 2, he cannot let PJ Washington off the hook. Right? We all know I personally feel like Nas Reed might be a better three-point shooter than Cat. I don't know. He is? Okay.
In this series, he definitely is, but I would go on the stretch and say, Cat did win a 3-point championship competition, if I'm not mistaken.
True. Very, very, very true.
Still.
You're shaking your table.
Sorry. But still,
so
Cat, like you've been saying, he's not being aggressive at all. He had a couple of plays where he did go to the hole. He was, he seemed like it was going to be a game where he was going to be assertive in the paint, but it all went away. He had 2 fouls early.
Yeah, he had 2 fouls. I see that he had 2 fouls early, and then he ended the game with 2 fouls. So, he was 4 for 16 on the night and 1 for 5 from 3. 6 or 7 from the free throw line, which is very, very good.
That means he's being aggressive, getting there.
7 boards, 3 on the offense, 4 on the defense. Some assists, 2 on steals. I don't know. I just think that Nas Reed made PJ Washington pay for not being in the right space. Like he was so confused on the pick and rolls, the screens. He's like bumping into the people. He's not figuring it out, and they made him pay for it. The whole game. The whole game. It was I was so surprised about PJ Washington and like how he played on defense, because he was really, really costing them some crucial plays where like the game shouldn't have even been in like the position that it like was. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, we also talked about last game where Dallas has a really good free throw shooting team, and the Timberwolves have to match that or not go 61% like they did last game.
Right.
This game, they went 81%, and then Dallas went 68% and still won. So
rebounds. We was talking about rebounds.
Right. The rebounds were very, very close. Very, very close. It's 44-40 on the boards.
So they cut that deficit in half because it was 48-40 last
Yeah.
game.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Man.
So
possessions
were crazy. So like, let's talk about
wow.
What do you think about how do you feel the T-Wolves handled their last possessions of the game? Like, so if
The
we
last
go
two
back,
possessions, well, what one was a turnover.
well, like you had the Conley floater, right?
Okay, that gave him 108. That put him what? 108, 106.
Right.
I mean, 108, 100.
Well, like there was two Conley floaters. The one he made, the other one that he missed.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But they was up by the Timberwolves was up by 8 points, I want to say.
It was 108, 103.
Was okay, 108, 103. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then there was who hit that three? Was that Kyrie that hit that three from the corner? Big three.
Yeah. Big three. Big three. 4 for 5 and so.
And then, okay, costly turnover, Anthony Edwards. Costly turnover, which ended up creating the possession that Luka hit his three to put him up by 1.
Mm-hmm. So with that being said, Kyrie, right, had a rough 3 first quarters. 3 first quarters, very, very rough.
He had 5 points at halftime. I know that.
Right, he had 5 points at halftime, but the third really didn't that it just continued throughout the third quarter. The fourth quarter, he goes on a run by himself, right? Hits 3 threes. They call timeout, and then he hit that big 3 to put him down by 2. And also the thing that Denver couldn't do with Minnesota, that Dallas can, is we talk about how Jokic is just an unbelievable player, one of the best, but he can't slide his feet and he can't jump, right?
Right.
Dallas matches Minnesota's jumping abilities, like the athleticism of both their bigs is just amazing. And so the two things, there was nobody to on Denver. I really don't think they have a true ball handler that can really get into the lane, right? Where Luka and Kyrie, they get into the lane, and then that is their specialty, right?
Oh my gosh, they can't do nothing with that.
Do you see how Minnesota was harassing Denver all the way up the court, like that whole series? They try to do that with Luka and Kyrie. Those are lobs, and I mean, you have stars. Not only do you have stars that can score, you have stars that want to get their teammates the ball.
Right. Well, what was happening a lot, I've seen defensively with Minnesota, they were blitzing Luka, and he's throwing it to Kyrie. Come on. And Kyrie's doing what he knew, he's throwing the hoop. Disking it off right to the big man or kicking it out for somebody to shoot the three. I mean, Washington's having a bad game, but he's shooting open shots. If Washington start hitting shots,
it's not even close, huh?
Yeah.
He's not even close. I mean, Washington was 4 for 11, 0 for 4 in the game. Luka and Kyrie combined for 19 assists for themselves. Luka
and all of them, I would say 9 of them were oops to Gafford and Lively.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, you got Gafford with 16, and then you got Lively with 14. Like the one thing that you love on your basketball team, right?
Mm.
And this is where the playoffs change for every team. When your starters go out, how much does your production drop? Right? How much does that production drop?
They've been doing that stat. That's that plus minus stat.
Yeah, but how much does that? So if your starter production is here,
Mm-hmm.
and they sit down,
Mm-hmm.
does it go here, or it's just here, or does
I
it?
mean, normally, of course, it's going to drop a little.
Right,
I mean,
right,
starters, but we can't go from here to down low.
right.
Maybe a
Well,
notch.
like that right there really decides if you're going to go to the next round. Because you think about teams like the Suns, their starters sit down. I mean, it plummets.
Yeah.
But like my point is, Gafford, when he sits down and and then he gets replaced by Lively,
That's my guy.
the production,
that.
production does not fall off.
At
I
all.
mean,
They're
it
the
doesn't.
same
Also,
type
like
of
let's
player
see the stat line.
almost. They're the same type of player almost. They both rebound. They both defend
Right.
the bucket, and they're picking slash players. That's it.
Right.
Neither one of them could shoot a jump shot. So
True. Somebody's gonna have to develop a post game.
in the future,
Yeah, somebody's gonna have to. Yeah, somebody's gonna have to develop a post game. But I mean, you got Lively with six boards. You have I'm sorry, nine boards. So you got 9 boards. Gafford 5, but then Gafford got 5 on blocks. He got 5 on blocks and 16 points, right? And
Lively didn't
then
have any blocks. He had at least one. I thought.
no, it says 0 here. It says 0 here.
Huh.
So, but he has 2 assists. He has 2 assists, 9 blocks, 14 points. So his plus minus is 2. He's a plus 2.
Mm-hmm.
Gafford was a -3. So that's not a huge drop.
That's not a. Yeah.
It's not a huge drop in production at all. And I think it's because of Gafford's 5 blocks that like get him that -3.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, the game was amazing. But let's talk about the dagger. The dagger. Let's talk about the Luka shot.
I mean,
Yo, let's talk about the Luka shot.
first of all, that was a hell of a shot. Was there water out there or some type of roller ring out there?
You remember the Bambi cartoon? He's like, you're looking a little wobbly there, aren't you?
Man, I tell you what. Hey, they didn't do the blitz. They ended up just switching.
But
it
the
was
blitz
like,
is at the free throw line though, not at the 3-point line. The blitz is normally at the free throw line.
No, the blitz was at the top of the key normally to get it out with his hand.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Gobert comes up and they switch instead of blitz. Anthony Edwards goes with Gafford or whoever that was and came up the set pick. And it was like Luka said, DJ, cue the music. Come on, let's dance, baby.
He said cross tween, step back. Wow. I was like, it was clean. What do you think Luka was saying to Gobert when he was walking backwards? Man,
you want me to say what I thought he said?
Man, what'd he say?
Motherfucker, your ass can't guard me.
Damn. Yo, listen, defensive player of the year or not, you can't leave your man out there on the island like that. I mean, it was a big shot. I loved it. When Luka plays like this, where when like he's not complaining to the refs the whole game,
Right. Oh yeah, he wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't doing that.
you just got to get. He's just playing. You know what I mean? And he want. And the thing about it is, your two stars want to take those shots.
Yeah,
Where
they did
where
take
we're
those
like
shots.
we're like I don't think that there's nobody on Minnesota at this time that wants to take those shots, thrives off of taking those shots. I
You
don't
don't
think
think
so. Yeah.
Edwards wanted to shoot that shot? He
Listen.
just couldn't get it off. I mean, he had to. I mean, he had to make that basketball play to get it to Nas.
Yeah. He had to, but I'm saying right now, he has the most potential, and I think that there's. Let me say it like this then. There is a time where, like, I don't think Anthony Edwards got the legs. He doesn't have the mental toughness or the physical strength right now to go deep into the playoffs. Like,
Yeah, it seems like his stamina. I mean,
right, like, but
he does seem like.
but he's in uncharted territories. He's swimming with the sharks right now. You know what I mean? And if you look at Luka, his first run, right?
Yeah.
You look at Kyrie, his first run, right? He got hurt he broke his foot in game 1 of his first deep run to the championship.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Luka, man, he lost to the Suns. And I mean, I feel like every superstar goes through it. Like, I don't think you're really and like a true exception to this rule. But even look at Kobe.
Call them growing pains.
Right. And mentally tough. When you're physically tired, the mental toughness has to kick in, and it's just not there yet for him. But will he be that player? Absolutely. Sure. Absolutely. But like right now, I don't think that I'm sure he will shoot those and one might go in, but it's a difference with Luka and Kyrie. It's just a difference right now.
Yeah.
So he's coming into his own and he's making, and people are loving him. You know what I mean?
Man.
But I mean, I'm an Ant fan for sure, man. I've been rocking with Ant ever since Georgia. So hey.
Yeah.
So let's finish this up like this, okay? So what do they got to do in game 3 to steal one at home? And then what does Dallas have to do to make them go down 3-0?
Well, first of all, I would write a letter to the league and ask them if they could change that review rule on out of bounds.
Yeah.
Because
but let's stop right there, because like that right there has nothing to do with the performance of the Timberwolves. Because let's be honest,
but it did.
They shouldn't even been in that situation. They were up 18 points.
True.
Okay, so like what can what can the Timberwolves do to win the game that doesn't involve changing of the rules?
Well, Anthony Edwards has to shoot better. He can't continue to shoot 17, 20 shots, and he's only making what he made. What was he? I think
5 or 17. Yeah,
that's terrible. Last game, was he 4 for?
Yeah, he shot terrible again. Yeah,
First of all, you cannot do that. Can't have that. And Karl Anthony Towns. Actually, your 2 top players from last series aren't giving you that same productivity that they gave you.
True.
And it's showing. I mean, the games, oh my gosh, flip a coin either way, a ball bounce this way, possessions. Dallas, man, they're just showing resilience. I mean,
True.
I don't think they have to change anything. They just got to keep pace. And once Washington, if he catches on and start in lights fire, watch out. That's all they would need is a guy like him.
True.
I ain't gonna talk about Kyrie. I mean, it's crazy we say he had an off night, but the boy scored 20 points.
Right.
But
So
we expect
okay.
more, I guess, from him.
So for me, the Timberwolves has to score in a different way. He has his game is mid range. He is taking too many threes because he's tired. He's gassed, and it's not even in late game. It's throughout the whole game.
Yeah.
I mean,
I asked that
right.
last time. Is he tired?
Right. Yeah. You could tell that he's tired. Cat, like you said, really is underperforming. And then I said last video, depending on what Cat shows up, is how Minnesota is going to play. And you've seen that Cat didn't even play in the fourth quarter.
Right.
I mean, he was cheering on his team, which a professional pro should always do, even if they're not having a good game, because I've seen pros sit on the sideline and sulk about it, but he was up, he was cheering them on. So big ups to him when his shot's not falling, like he's not doing what he's supposed to be doing.
Right.
But they still got to keep hitting their free throws. Dallas got to hit more free throws, not put himself in a bad spot.
Right.
And then also they have to protect the rim, because I feel like Anthony Edwards is going to come downhill more on game 3, and he's going to get some people in foul trouble this time, because I don't even think like Gafford 2 personal fouls, Lively 3 personal fouls. I mean, Derrick Jones Jr. had 4, Kyrie had 4, but there's nobody even close to being in foul trouble at all.
Right.
And you and your team is bigger. Far as Minnesota versus Dallas, your team is bigger, and you're also shooting more. You're shooting more free throws, but it should be at a higher clip than what you have here.
Absolutely.
So, all right. So that'll be it for tonight. Thank you guys for watching the Yo podcast. This is a reaction to Game 2, Dallas Mavericks, Minnesota Timberwolves. Thank you for watching, and I appreciate the love.
Yo.